All right, let's dive into something that's honestly kind of mind-blowing. We're going to see how 3 simple lines of text can be used to create an all-powerful user on a Windows system. It's an incredible look at how direct commands can completely change the game.
Right? That's the big question here. How can something that looks so simple, just a few words on a screen, hold so much power? Let's break it down step by step.
Okay, before we even get to the commands, we need to talk about where this all happens. We're talking about the command line. And no, it's not some old, dusty tool. You should think of it as the backstage control room for your computer. It gives you this direct, unfiltered connection straight to the heart of the operating system.
So, step 1. And what's interesting here is that we're not actually creating anything new. Not yet, anyway. The first move is all about waking up a power that's already there, just lying asleep on most Windows systems. The built-in administrator account.
And boom, here it is, our first command. Take a look at it. It's so simple, right? This one little line is designed to do one thing: flip a switch on a hidden, powerful account. Let's dig into what each part means.
When you break it down, it's actually super logical. Net user, that's just the tool we're using to manage accounts. Then we specify our target, the administrator. And /active yes, well, that's pretty much the magic button. We're literally telling the system, hey, turn this thing on.
Okay, so the main power switch is now flipped. That super powerful account is awake. Now that we have that authority, we can start building. It's time to create our very own new user from scratch.
Here's command number 2. And you'll notice it looks a lot like the first one, but its job is completely different. We're not waking something up this time. We're creating a brand new account, named Land, right out of thin air.
Now, let's talk about that password for a second. 12345678. This is what the source material uses for the example, and I gotta say, please never use a password like this for anything important. It is the definition of a weak password. It's a huge security risk, especially for an admin account. But for our demonstration, it gets the job done.
So let's pull this one apart too. We've got net user again, our go-to tool, then the new name, land, followed by that password, and the key ingredient here is /at. That's the part of the command that says, okay, make it so.
You know, it's also worth pointing out that the source gives us a little alternative here. You can tack on /password change no. What does that do? It just tells the system, hey, don't make this new user change their password the first time they log in. It's a small detail, but it shows you just how much fine-tuned control you can have.
All right, so think about where we are. We've created our user, Land, but right now, they're nobody special. They're just a standard user with basic permissions. They can't really do much. This next command, this is the one that changes everything. This is where we hand over the keys to the entire kingdom.
And here it is, the grand finale, the last command. It looks just as simple as the others, doesn't it? But the impact of this one line is absolutely massive. This is what elevates our brand new user from a regular person to the king of the castle.
So, what's happening here? Well, first we're using a different tool, Net Local Group. This is for managing groups, not just single users. And which group are we targeting? The administrators group. Yep, the most powerful club on the entire computer. We tell it to take our user, Land, and with that little /add, we just made them a member. And this right here really shows you what just happened. On one side, you have a standard user. They can open programs, change their wallpaper, the basics. But on the other side, you have an administrator. This user can now install anything, change any system setting, and even delete other users. The power shift is total and absolute.
Okay, so how do we know for sure that it all actually worked? Well, the source gives us one last, super simple command for that. Just net user. You type that in, hit enter, and it'll spit out a list of every single user account on the machine. And guess who you'll see there? Our new user, Land, now sitting pretty with full admin powers.
And that's it. 3 lines of text. We started with basically nothing, and in just a few seconds we've built a user with complete control over the entire system. Let's do a quick recap of how we pulled it off.
When you lay it all out, the logic is just so simple and clean, right? Step 1, we activate the hidden power. Step 2, we create our new player. And step 3, we elevate them to the highest level. Activate, create, elevate. And just like that, a new super user is born.
Which brings us to the big takeaway here. This isn't just a cool tech trick, right?
It's a huge reminder of how powerful and potentially fragile these systems are. It really drives home why things like strong unique passwords and doing regular checks on who has access are so critical. Because when 3 short lines of text can grant someone complete control, it really makes you stop and think, who's really holding the keys